Alright, let's try for three. Hey guys, Midlink here. Decided to do a podcast. Something a little different, and I have with me.
Not muffins.
uh, we're just gonna talk about random stuff. From games to technology, to movies, shows, whatever. I just actually thought of something else while I just said that, so hopefully I'll remember it. I'll just write down my notes. Anyways, being today's the 26th, and if you follow gaming, we're going to start off with the biggest news, I think, to me, is Zelda Wii U got pushed back to 2017. Uh,
Which really isn't surprising at this point.
no,
Nothing's surprising anymore.
right. I have a note, I'm just trying to write it. Uh, uh, Alright. Okay, we good. Safe. Alright. So yeah, I know most if you guys listen to this now or at the time, there's probably bajillion different videos slash articles everywhere all over the internet that they pushed it back to 2017. A little bummed, a little irritated and everything, like I wrote on my Twitter. But I can understand why they want to kind of simultaneously like release both versions for the NX and the Wii U at the same time. Just kind of sucks that we now have to wait an extra 3 more months. Hopefully they can use that time to maybe add a couple extra things, make it a little bit better, fix any extra bugs. So that'd be cool. Yeah. Speaking of that, they pushed it back to March, and the reason why that is because the NX is officially announced for that month. Yeah. You heard about that too, right?
Wasn't it March?
March 2017.
Yeah.
Did I say March?
Yeah, and do you know why? Did you see?
Why?
Uh, what's his name? Anuma,
Yep.
if I pronounce it correctly, stated that they wanted to have the NX out in March rather than holiday time because they want to make sure that they have games out for the NX, which is questionable because if it's going to come out kind of at like an odd time of year,
Right.
that means Zelda Wii U is going to have to be out in January, if not February, in order to be able to have a game, air quote, for the
But
NX launch.
But then, I mean, I understand that too. But then I was actually a good point. I'll link the video down, but I ended up following Nintendo enthusiasts, and one of the guys on there, Sean, he did a little kind of a rant, and he made a good point. It's like it's a bad time to do it.
Exactly.
It's like Christmas is a couple months earlier, so everyone's gonna spend their money on
Yep.
either Black Friday and everything. So that guess what time? January and February, and even March.
People are
Paying
covering
it, yes,
holidays.
yes. They're either they get their income tax, which sometimes doesn't cover it, and get their money back, or they don't even get it. They still pay money back. So it's like, you know, what are they thinking? How are they thinking? They're just trying to give. If they're gonna give more time, then then they're gonna have to shoot for holiday 2017. I would think if they want to do that to give more time for more games to come out. Because look what actually this is what happened with the Nintendo 3DS. It came out in March. It
Yep.
didn't do that well until a couple years later, but they dropped the price by June.
Yeah. And that's how we got the ambassador
So this is
program.
yeah. So maybe we'll do the same thing. Maybe we'll do an NX ambassador, which I kind of like the NX as the name Nintendo NX.
I'm
I
pretty
know
sure it's gonna have an
it's
official name.
right. That's just the code name, but I kind of
Yeah.
like it. Kind of, or at least the X stands for something, or Nintendo X or something. Oh, let's call it Nintendo One. None.
No.
None. um. All right. Another thing that I guess was talked about also, because I guess this all happened with a directors conference they had over in Japan or something.
Yep.
Um, that Zelda Wii U, speaking of Zelda Wii U NX, that's going to be the only game really about E3 that they're going to show off. Now I think I heard it's only the only Wii U game to be showed off is what I
Well,
heard specifically word, but like I kind of wasn't sure if they're talking about that was the only, I mean, because they can't just make their E3 direct about Zelda, you know. I wouldn't mind that. I like, you know, I'm a fan of it, but I feel like they got to talk about more than just Zelda, you know.
yeah.
So it's like I think that that's the only Wii U game that they're going to talk about. The rest of it's going to be come out for the 3DS. And I think part of the reason is why is because as you mentioned, we talked about it before, outside the podcast, that the Wii U might be going out in 2018, which I can
Yeah.
understand and see why. It wasn't doing well. It's not Nintendo's best system out there. The Wii, you know, the Wii U had a big a big shoes to fill from from the original Wii, because the Wii did so well.
Yes.
Um, but then also to do compare to competitors and everything, it was a system that should have been came out back when the Wii originally came out.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about hardware and all that specs because, you know, like I told you before, Nintendo is great, and I think they rely on their first party titles and everything, which is good, not gonna be wrong, but I feel like they also need help from third parties.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's one of the issues they had with the Wii U was because they had like other major game developers on point with them when they were in development for the Wii U because their specs were supposed to be so high for next gen, but in the end most of those other parties ended up pulling out and never contributing to Nintendo because Nintendo is, even though that they're trying to be next gen, they're really not. They're still kind of
Behind.
like behind. So
Right.
like the Xbox One and the PS4 are next gen compared to the Wii U.
Right. Because, I mean, what does the Wii... Well, HD, I think they're all HD, but, like, I think 1080i was the highest it goes, or 1080p on that, but that's just HD, I'm not just talking about that, but... And then
I mean,
also...
what
What?
like one of the major things that they need to do is if they're going to consider themselves next gen is what can you do with your even your Xbox 360 that you can't do with a Wii U or even a Wii? You can play DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
Incorporate a DVD or even a Blu-ray player.
I feel like they need a jump. I think, honestly, they just need to take a jump and kind of play catch-up. Yeah, Blu-ray, I would say the best. And then that way they can do more with their games, add more to it, you know? Yeah. It's just, you know, then Nintendo is very tight about having anybody in to their, circle, and their hardware is so hard, and they're like, what is it, the platform where the people can create the games based off of their system to convert from what they have to the Wii U is, I guess, that platform kind of thing, that whatever that code or something is so difficult to convert to because it kind of messes with the game. So it's like, you know, and they're not open enough to be able to allow them to do what they want. You kind of have to do it the Nintendo way, you know, as long as you're under Nintendo guidelines and kind of stuff like that.
Yeah.
So which has also held them back too. So, you know, I really hope Nintendo NX as well, you know. I mean, I think even if it doesn't do well, they'll still last for a little while, for at least another
Eh,
couple of
until
generations. But
they make another. Yeah, it's just I love Nintendo, but the issue I have is they are very behind on the times and they're very set in their ways. So they're almost like an extremely conservative mom or conservative parent that has a very like liberal like child around them and they don't want to break out of that mold and embrace like something new. That's the best term I can put it towards like how I feel Nintendo is.
right,
They're like, okay, or even like they're that like ratchety old grandpa that's like, oh, I walked 10 miles to school uphill in the snow back and forth every day, and they don't ever want to change. And they need to change, otherwise their future might not be so great.
right, right. it's just it's kind of like I agree with what you said, but then also Nintendo has created certain features that even what Xbox and PlayStation have used. They first created motion. The
Yes.
first like at least big motion.
Oh yeah, I agree.
They created like the gamepad. Then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, then the PlayStation came out with the Vita compatibility, kind of. Situation and everything.
Yes.
So it's like they create it, but yet they restrict other people to use to grow on what they created.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's like I don't
It's
know.
like they've made certain things, but they don't want to push their development of those things even further where they could. And when we think about where Nintendo is located, they're located in Japan. Japan is like a technology mecca of the entire world. They have so much more than we have here. They are like way more advanced than we are here in the United States. So I don't understand why they restrict themselves so much when they have so much opportunity around them to push boundaries and technology and really test like Sony and Microsoft and challenge them rather than have Sony and Microsoft um, cult followers who look at people who still, you know, stand by Nintendo and they see Nintendo literally as like the grandpa console and there is no next gen future. So I'm really hoping that with the NX maybe they will finally push those boundaries and we'll be completely like shocked and I will eat my words. Who knows?
Right, right, right. Because they have done that in the past. Because I remember when Majora's Mask came out, you were dead strong. Wait, was that or was it Twilight Princess? You were like dead, like you were just I don't know what the proper term, but anyways, you were so positive they weren't making the remake. Everyone wanted it. It was Majora's Mask because that was when Operation Moonfall first came out, and they mentioned nothing about it. And you're like, oh no, they're not coming out with it. They're not coming out with it. They're not coming out with it. And
Oh
then
yes, it was Majora's Mask because everyone was like every E3 for like I don't know, for a long time or every time they would do a Nintendo Direct, everyone's like Majora's Mask 3DS, right? Majora's Mask 3DS. And then even after Ocarina of Time came out for the 3DS, you had all the fake like cover plates for the game and everyone like trying to push to get what do you call it? One of those like like a petition to
oh
like have
yes, yes,
make
yep.
the game. So you got to the like I got to that point where I'm like literally guys just shut up. It's not going to happen. If Nintendo's going to do it, they're going to do it. But just shut up. Like if it happens, it happens. And finally it did and I ate my words. So it happened.
You just made me think of another idea. Saving that. Maybe I might have to hold out till next podcast so we get a lot of it. So yeah, um, no, I agree. All right. Let's move on to the next topic. Unless you had anything more else to say.
No.
All right. So we got that done.
I
NX
mean,
and we what?
I mean, I have some more Nintendo things,
Oh,
so but
yeah. Well, I know I have a couple more on here about like Mitomo and like Animal
yes,
Crossing and all that.
correct.
Why don't we talk about Animal Crossing? Mitomo, I feel like we can talk a little bit more about.
Okay.
So the topic is, also what they announced was Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem, I believe, right?
Yes, yes,
Games slash apps coming out for mobile in the
yes.
future.
Um, from an article I read, actually, it's on my phone. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Um, from TheVerge.com, according to them, they're saying that there's four more games in development for like mobile games, and I'm like skimming through.
Yep.
Oh, it's at the bottom. That's why. Okay, so Nintendo confirmed that it's on track to release four new smartphone games by March next year. So
Oh wow, okay,
they're assuming that Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem or both are going to be available by autumn of this year. Because
okay,
if they're
all
going to
right.
do four, I mean, you're going to and it's less than a year away. You're going to have to kind of like
At least one or two games in the
ex
next like 4 or 5
exactly,
months. So,
exactly.
um, now what I ended up watching like Sean's video. He made a point a little bit, and I kind of want to talk more about that too. Is it's like it's pulling away, making these games would be pulling away from the 3DS market.
I disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. From my standpoint of as a huge Animal Crossing fan, I would love to have a mobile version because I stand by New Leaf like that is my go-to game and that is the one game I probably have played more than any other
Right.
3DS game.
Yep. Yep.
But I also love Happy Home Designer. But the problems with them both is they get very repetitive,
Yep.
and after a while, you need something new. And with a mobile, they have more of a wide range of things that they could do. So if they did it like other mobile platforms where, you could link your account, you could have other friends on social media, like join like just like Mitomo, where okay, you link your Facebook, you link your Twitter,
Yep.
you link whatever, and you can meet up with players. And I think that would make it better, especially if they had it where like it was like more social in that sense
Yep.
because with Animal Crossing, yes, you can have friends come, but they either have to be nearby with you or you have to share your code and be like, "Hey, are you on?" and have them visit you that way. But with the social aspect, everyone's always on their phone, so you have the opportunity to have friends visit you more often and do more with the mobile version. And then there's also been knockoff Animal Crossing games. Like there was one I used to play, I think it was like oh god, Happy Animals or something. It was kind of like a knockoff of Animal Crossing, and I enjoyed it, but the same thing, it got repetitive. So you need something with more social interaction, and I love Animal Crossing. I will stand by that game because it's freaking adorable and it's addicting, and but I am happy that they're moving to a mobile platform because there's so many things that they could do with it on mobile versus just on a 3DS or on a console.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Never mind. All right. No, I agree. Um, actually, what I feel they should do, or at least should have done, and I can understand it would put them limitations, is I feel like honestly that Happy Home Designer should have been more of a mobile game. I feel like that would have been a perfect mobile game.
Oh, I agree.
That could have been, yeah, it's gonna be smaller because I feel like the 3DS game is at least a couple gigs size wise. But maybe not, because I mean it's not the huge graphics and everything, but I feel like that could be more of a mobile game or make a mobile
Well,
version of it.
and one of the issues with Happy Home Designer that if you don't play it, or like, how do I put it? If you don't play it all the time, it's okay, but there is an end game. You
Hmm.
get to a point where you do all the villagers' houses and you do all the like special buildings, and at the end of it, like there's nothing for you to do anymore besides, yeah, you can go back, you can collect the cards and have them you can visit them through the NFC reader if you have that, or you can go back and like redesign the homes you've already done, but there's never like a continuous like flow of new houses to do once you finish all the houses in the game. So unlike regular Animal Crossing where there is no end game, Happy Home Designer is limited in how long or how much you can play it.
Right. Right. Yeah. Hmm. What else would be a good game for the mobile? That's huh. I agree, but now I'm getting kind of awkward again. I'm leaving it in too. I'm not. Whatever this is, I'm uploading. Whatever. Um.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'm extremely awesome.
but but Fire Emblem, I can see that also doing well as a mobile actually. I've been playing the Game Boy Advance one that you get part of the
Ambassador program?
yep.
Yeah.
I played that, and I know one of my friends wanted to we should said we should get the 3DS version, one of the 3DS, three of the 3DS Fates or something. So
I have Fates and Awakening, I believe.
no, the one like, they're the new ones that just came out.
Birthright or Conquest are the
Oh,
new ones.
oh, okay, yeah, one of those. Um, but even just like maybe redoing one of the old ones, making it a mobile game, that would be a perfect mobile game. That's gonna be a problem because that's like I feel like they need to if they need to make Nintendo-based games, like use first-party titles or main titles to
Yeah.
make games, because it's like, let's kind of shift this conversation now to the next topic, but I'm gonna transition to it. Is like, because if they make their own stuff up, like Mitomo, it's not gonna do well, and that
No.
brings me up to it's like where they talked about how Mitomo did great on sales. They had like what 100 million downloads or something, 10 million downloads or something, um, but didn't make really much of a profit through like in-game content, buying coins and stuff like that, or however, what else? I'm not sure how you make money or how you spend money to get what, but and we can just talk, just about Mitomo in general because it's like, I played it, and even one of the people's like in that other video that I watched, he's like kind of said it like it was good at first, and it was kind of cool to play for like a week, and then like a kid
Yeah,
just threw away. It was just like, all right, we're done.
exactly. Yeah.
It's like it's their own creation of a game. It's it's not something that was already made and became good because I feel like they kind of been dying down on making their brand new games.
Well, one of the freaking issues I have, and maybe this will change with the NX, but Nintendo was so limited with their freaking Mii Maker on like skin tone, like hair shade, like everything.
Yeah.
Why do you need to limit so much when if you want a me maker, okay, you want to make a me, you want to make that me to look however you want it to look, but there isn't a lot of like color selection, like
Right.
eye colors limited, hair colors limited, skin tones limited. So it you're stuck with the same generic Miis that you've probably been making since you had a Wii,
Right. Right.
which
Right.
I will adamantly admit, like my Mii looks exactly like the Mii I made on the Wii.
Right. Right.
And they haven't improved on that. It's the same with what's that game? The Mii game that came out. That's like The Sims. I can't think of it. Me,
Tamagotchi Life.
Yes, Tamagotchi Life.
Tamagotchi. I said Tamagotchi. Oh
No,
my
not
god.
Tamagotchi. We're not taking care of pocket
Oh
pets.
man, that's going back when.
Tamagotchis, man.
Yeah.
Those
Oh
things were a pain.
man, I feel like half the people, if any, like if there's many people that view this, half the people that do view this won't even know what a Tamagotchi is.
Yeah, they're like, Tamagotchi, what's that? Goes to
Uh,
Google.
Now I feel like
Okay, Tamagotchi is essentially a pocket pet, so think of way back before cell phones existed, never mind smartphones. You have these like little egg-shaped like electronic devices, probably a little bigger than a $50, I would say.
maybe about that.
And it was on a keychain, and you had like three buttons
Three
on it,
button. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you had this like little pixelated animal that you had to take
Yeah.
care of.
It was on like an
So you,
LCD screen or
yep,
something like
yep.
that.
So you had to
Oh
feed it
man.
and stuff, or it would die.
Okay. I would say the closest thing to, if anybody else that doesn't know what that is, the closest thing is kind of like Tom the Talking Cat kind of thing, where you can make it talk different things, but you also can kind of like give it treats kind of thing and make them do different animations when you play with it. I mean, there's not much in the app, but I feel like that would be the closest thing to a Tamagotchi. But all right, let's get back on track with Mitomo, because I just feel like Mitomo is just kind of like bleh, it was oh cool, boom, their first app, but yet it was just that. Even when people found out about it, they were like, oh, you guys are making apps, great, awesome, it's what we have always wanted. Oh, I'm sorry, they originally said they were making games for mobile games. Then all of a sudden, the first game was an actual social media app.
Yeah.
But now, one of the big things that made it pop at first, like everyone downloaded it. Like, I know I was one of the first ones that downloaded it. I think we downloaded the Japanese one first.
Yeah, I
mean, we didn't do that at all.
No, whatever. Hey, I know how to read and unlock my iPad, so you bet your butt I'm gonna and it's not the only game I've downloaded from Japan.
Right, and I know how to download the APK of it on Android. So, but what's cool about the play was yeah, you can play and you can use that little like Plingo kind of thing to get the different costumes and stuff. But all it was create your character, like get different costumes and everything, add friends, and then answer questions, and then see what your friends said, and then maybe comment on that. But that was really it.
Yeah. Well, if they were banking on making money off of Mitomo, they're definitely not.
No.
Because the mini games, okay, like I get it, you can collect.
There's no. Why are you saying mini games? There's only really one game.
Well, yeah, you drop your me down a chute and you collect
yeah, that's different.
But
themes.
What I mean is, exactly. So that's more than one.
But even the themes, it's like they're not even like Nintendo related. They're just like leopard theme, cat theme, black theme, and most of it is kind of like a girly thing. It's like fashion kind of thing. It's like that's kind of. I mean, I'm not saying it's all girly, but it's kind of more of like I mean, that's what it is. But I'm like, add some Nintendo stuff. Oh yes, I mean you did mention outside the podcast that they added the Splatoon to that. You can wear the Splatoon hat or something.
Yeah, you can get the Inkling outfit. So I believe. Hang on, I'm actually opening Mitomo right now because I just got the notification like an hour ago.
Where's my phone?
But they only did it if they got. I think it was either 10,000 or 100,000 retweets on their tweet.
Yeah. But that's simple. I mean, that's easy to get. But
well, yeah,
especially Nintendo.
Especially because it's Twitter and social media.
Yep, constant retweets.
Who uses Facebook? No one.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool. You can link your Facebook and stuff and everything, but you can't do much on it. So you answer your questions, see what your friend says, only what they say. Only certain questions, because some of them you can use your candies or something to see what they say for answers. And
okay, so I just opened up my Mitomo. Yep. I got the Inkling boy wig.
Yep.
I got the Inkling girl wig. And that's it.
Wow.
And celebrating. Oh wait, they do have clothing, but
what kind of clothing? It's like I feel like they need to have more Nintendo stuff.
Yep, you have to use this. It's a Splatoon Mitomo drops. You have to do the drop game, or you can get the squid pin accessory and the Mitomo shop.
So you have to use
okay.
your coins to use the Slingo, so you don't get them right away.
And it also says, my Nintendo Platinum points cannot be redeemed for Ink Tank reward items in a variety of colors for you to wear Mitomo.
Okay, so nothing really special. You still have to use money so you don't get them. They don't give you every person the hats. You have to actually unlock them.
Wait, no. As soon as you open up your Mitomo, you are going to have the Inkling boy wig and the girl wig. If you want clothing, like their outfits they wear, or the Inkling tank, then you will have to either do the drop game or use your platinum points.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was grabbing my phone too, but I'll look at this as we talk more. But I mean, it's like my notes wrote more about Mitomo, and I see like there's not much to really talk about. It's done, you know. It's unless they add more to it.
Okay, so this is hilarious because I'm on Mitomo,
Yep.
and one of my friends, Dave, commented on one of my questions, and the question is, "What's your favorite card game?" And I like the card game of War. So his response is, "Hang on, I gotta reopen it again. Ugh, what's it good for? Absolutely
That is
nothing."
awesome. Oh man, that's great. That is great. That is great indeed. All right, so that's loading that up. Well, whatever. So while I play around with that, you have anything more to talk about Mitomo? Anything? I think we kind of grabbed everything.
Nope.
Yeah, the voices are so weird too. That's like, you know,
Rah, 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 rah.
I wish they kind of had like, you know how they take the picture. You can like you can take a picture and it kind of like the Mitomo makes like a me based on how your picture is. I wish there was a way like they can translate your voice and kind of match it to close to how your voice actually sounds. You
I
know?
agree. Instead of like rah, rah, rah,
Uh-huh.
rah,
My first
like
voice kind of
Robo.
sounded kind of girly-ish.
Even Siri has a better voice.
Yes. Well, she's
That's
actually a
saying a
real
lot.
person, but just saying.
Oh, one of my Twitter friends added me. Okay. Hello, Twitter friends. We are both Bernie Bros.
Alright, so, speaking of Nintendo, you got any more Nintendo topics? I think I am, um,
Um, yeah, so you got Star Fox this past weekend.
yeah, so,
Uh
well,
what
we can talk a little bit about that. I kind of wanted, if we did another podcast, talk about that after you try it.
Oh,
But
okay.
we can still talk about it a little bit.
Okay, so what are your, without any spoilers, what's your thought on the game? Did you enjoy it? Was it
Yes,
new,
yes,
refreshing?
yes. No, I think it is like legit a Star Fox game. Alright, cool. I'll get the coins and everything. There we
Oh,
go.
hello, Mitomo. I hear
Hello, yeah, yeah. All
you.
right, let's just leave that. If I'll get the
I'm gonna
con.
play.
I'll play that after.
I'm gonna do Mitomo drop. Oh, actually, Mitomo drop's really cute. Even though I don't need the wig, and they have the wig as an option.
Um. So yeah, Star Fox came out, and it's like, you know, it is. You know, I got it, of course. It is a legit Star Fox game. No, it's like, it's not like, you know, when Star Fox Adventure came out, and I'm not sure about Star Fox Assault. I did skip that, but it is like pretty much going back to like Star Fox 64 or Star Fox 1, and if some people found the ROM for Star Fox 2 for the SNES, that game as well, you know. Um, without spoiling anything, I just beat the game last night, or at least the main mode. Um, Things I liked is it's a longer game. I know I can beat the original Star Fox because I grew up on Star Fox 64. And that takes me. I can on my when I was like I would consider a pro at it. I'm a little rusty right now, but I can probably beat that game in about an hour to 45 minutes straight. Like, you know, going eat through it. It was a very fast paced game, but it's meant for you to kind of go different ways and try to figure out how to go to different planets that you can't normally access without doing something special. Um, and this one was longer. You know, it probably took me 5 hours ish to beat the main game. Once I get the game, learn the game better and the controls and everything, I might be able to be a little bit faster. The big, I like the amiibo support that they have on it, and really the only amiibo support that they have right now, as most people might not have already known and seen in other videos, and that is if you, I think any Star Fox amiibo, either Falco or or Fox himself, I have the Fox amiibo, but if you tag it in between levels before you enter a mission on a planet, it changes your R-Wing to the classic SNES R-Wing, which is just pretty much like these triangles kind of put together, different color triangles put together into a shape of a ship. And that was really cool, but I kind of after like the one level or two levels I did it with, I'm like, yeah, I want to go back to the R-Wing and actually see the R-Wing.
Hmm.
Because they look nice. The game looks really good. I saw it, I'm like, really good. If you, I don't know if you play with a game, I don't think you can play without the gamepad. I know you can use the Pro controller, but I think it's for second player, a two-player game, because you can do co-op. But I like how all the sound for like um, them talking, the comment, I'm gonna call it the commentary, but that might be the proper word, but all comes throughout the gamepad. So while you're playing and everything, usually you don't hear the TV. You hear your gun blasting, or maybe the sound effect background music on the TV, but all the commentary comes through the gamepad. It's kind of like you're actually kind of, the gamepad is like the controls, and you're kind of like feel like you're in the ship because you're hearing on the gamepad. And I know, as most videos show you, the gamepad, you actually can look like you're actually in the cockpit. So while you're flying around, you can switch to the gamepad and use the cockpit and like aim your gun in different directions as you're flying in one direction.
She
Not
was
the
under my
band.
bed. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry about that. My cat was misbehaving.
Whatever, leaving it in. Um, so yeah, overall very happy with the game, but I did get frustrated a couple times, but I can't explain why because it would be more of a
Yeah.
spoiler alert. Um, I think the biggest thing is the controls. That's probably the biggest frustration I had. That's the only one I really could explain. And that's probably the main reason why I got frustrated, was because of the controls. Because it's kind of hard to play the game, especially when a lot is going on. I had a very hard time controlling the Landmaster, which is the tank, and kind of doing that. There was a boss that you have to use that in, um, which, of course they're going to do that. There's a level dedicated to the Landmaster, typical Star Fox format, and it was kind of hard to control both. Like that's the problem. Like, if you're so concentrated on that, it's kind of, for me at least, is switching between it. And I kind of hope that it doesn't pull like a Skyward Sword, where the biggest motivation or the biggest advertised kind of hype for Skyward Sword was because it was the motion.
Yeah.
The motion was like, oh, cool, big, you can actually control the Link sword better, and you can roll the bombs and everything. It sounded all cool when you played it, but I know a lot of people, after the game came out, a lot of people were actually saying, and that was the biggest problem with it. I know you stopped playing, I think you're, what, halfway through, if not a little bit farther, not, you haven't completed the game. Because, I
Skyward
think,
Sword.
yeah, Skyward Sword, yes.
Yeah, I stopped when. Oh, where did I get? I got to like a tree area and I had to go, everything there was like water or something, and I had to go collect shard pieces or something similar to shard pieces.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the last time I played it. I was like,
Oh man,
oh,
I
you want
forgot
me
what
to
that
go
was.
collect things? I'm not gonna go collect them.
Right. But your biggest frustration was the motion, trying to figure that out.
Yes.
And it's like, they make it so that some of the enemies, that you have to make sure you do it correctly, and sometimes you feel like you're doing it correctly, but it's not working out right. And even with the Wii Motion Plus, it wasn't working that well. I will agree. I still enjoyed the game because it's a Zelda game, and I like most Zelda games, anyways. But I can see the frustration with the motion controls, and to not step away from the topic too much, I just hope that doesn't really happen with Star Fox, and I hope that, maybe for me, maybe it's just some getting used to. I think when you finally you try Star Fox Zero, you're gonna might get frustrated with the controls, with that, doing both of them. But besides that, overall, honestly, the game was good. It's like, I was worried at first it was gonna be a reboot, and it is and it's not. The storyline is the same. You're in the Lilat system, and Andros, which is the main enemy in all the games. I think at least Star Fox 64, and I think Star Fox for the SNES. Um, and he's trying to take over the Lilat system, and of course you got to go save it. Typical, the basic storyline. And when I saw that, and then I saw some gameplay footage of the first planet. Some of the planets are the same names, and like the first planet you're on, Corneria, looks a lot like the original but it definitely needs the hands, and it is different. It's not the same. That's what I was worried about when I played it. I'm like, okay, never mind. This is a new Star Fox game, so I will say it's new, but it has a lot of maybe old aspects in it. Even the commentary, some of it, they added some of the same ones, because I can just like speak some of the lines from Star Fox, like because I played the game so many times from Star Fox 64. They did implement them into the other game, but some of them they didn't end up doing them all, and I would probably say like maybe from what I heard so far, like maybe 10 to 15% of the dialogue was the same as Star Fox 64. Maybe 5% of it was changed to something a little bit different, but most of the other dialogue, commentary, whatever, was different and new. So, I think if I were to give it a rating, it would probably be like an 8 out of 10, honestly. I really couldn't tell you much to really change. I feel like the controls kind of got me right now, so that's why they're 8. And maybe if I get used to it and enjoy it, I might bump it up to a 9. But so yeah, that's my review on Star Fox Zero. I did get the combo, so I will play Star Fox Guard, which kind of gives me like a 5 Nights at Freddy aspect with just working with different cameras kind of aspect. But I don't know much about that game, so I look forward to playing that too.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Any more Nintendo stuff?
Nope. Not for me.
Anything. Let's see. I have 2 quick ones.
Okay.
Let's see. Which one we already talked before the podcast, and you already found out, and that was Baby Metal is coming to Mario Maker in Japan only right now.
Yeah.
Might come. Yeah. Hopefully, it might come east. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I think maybe because they are becoming very popular. For those that don't know about Baby Metal is a girl band, but with heavy metal music. It's kind of like they're Japanese, so J-pop girly band.
No, there's a certain term for metal. They're not new metal. Okay, it's kawaii metal.
Kawaii metal?
Kawaii metal, so it's
Kawaii
like
metal.
called cute metal.
Okay, all right. But it's like they speak, and they, in like regular like J-pop kind of talk, like speaking, but it's like with metal music, and it's, I first heard of them, I was like, whoa, they're awesome, and I listened to their second CD so far, and it's alright, I don't mind it. I gotta listen to it a couple more times to get a better review on that. But because they're becoming so popular, Nintendo wanted to add them as a special mushroom.
Yeah.
And you can play as them, and when they jump, they do different noises and everything. And as far as the video clip I saw, there wasn't much else besides the jumping and the different, what they say, the different sound effects and stuff. So,
yeah. Here's the description of Baby Metal on Wikipedia. This is just a short description. The band defines its style as a new genre called kawaii metal, kawaii meaning cute, and clarifies that it is a mix of J-pop, idol, and heavy metal. In the music press, the group is most commonly associated with the genres death metal, speed metal, and J-pop.
Alright, so that's Baby Metal.
So that's Baby Metal.
I mean, that's really it on Mario Maker for me, or the Baby Metal on Mario Maker. Actually, real quick, because I think I'm gonna end it after this, because this has been 45 minutes dedicated to Nintendo.
Wait,
but we don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. My final thing on Nintendo base is, I just thought about, actually, because you were talking about petitions earlier for Majora's Mask.
Change.org. I mean, what?
Anyways, is the constant petitions on Lego's channel or Lego's website that they have, petition website for the Zelda Lego set. I constantly see every now and then updated, a brand new. Lego has a system where if you can pretty much, it's like a petition website. I forget the name of it, but if you get like 10,000 signers, then Lego will look into possibly making that set. Someone can like make 3D renders of how the set would look, and then people can, can like, what do you want to call it? Sign a petition. If they get 10,000 petitions or signed petitions, they'll look into making it look a real thing. But they've had probably like, I'm gonna count like 4 or 5 different petitions wanting Zelda. Oh my God, Zelda coming out, and the 3D renditions and everything of the game, of what it would look like. It looks great. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have it. I do like Legos. I grew up as a kid with Legos, and having a Zelda Lego series set, whatever, would be awesome. But if you guys know Nintendo won't do it. I think Lego would be more open to talking to Nintendo, saying, hey, can we make that? Yes, but no, they would not do it. One, I think they have some sort of contract with Kinects, because they have all the Mario Kinect speed thing. So I think they have a connection with Kinect, which I feel like might be a bad thing. I feel like they should have went to Lego. I feel like Lego's more popular than Kinect Center, but I don't know what the situation with that contract or anything with that is. But everyone keeps signing for it. Keep doing it if you want. Don't get, but please don't really get your hopes up to it. Every time they post a new one, it's like, oh yeah, I really hope so. High chances are, they're not gonna make it. Anything on that?
I just think everyone who makes a petition through change.org, I should probably stop saying their name. No, we are not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. But I think people just need to realize that, yes, while the movement to try and get a Lego set would be fantastic, it is slim to none. It's just probably never going to happen. You're more likely to see a meteor hit Earth rather than see Nintendo and Lego team up to make a Zelda set.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since Kinect is already involved with Nintendo with their Mario Kart series.
Which I already said, but
yes.
Okay. Would you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I'm just reiterating,
That's fine. That's fine.
But it's not gonna happen, and
high chances are, if there's a slim chance, maybe.
We know people who work for Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we live in Connecticut and Lego is headquartered in Enfield, and
one of them or something. I don't know exactly.
Yeah, well, one of them. Like, one of their factories is in Denmark, I believe, but one of their headquarters in the States is here in Connecticut.
I didn't know that, which I was surprised when I found that out.
Yeah.
But he kind of says, he always says, it's like, chances are really, you never know, but really, it's unlikely.
Nintendo, if you've noticed this, and it's the same thing for Funko Pop. We would love to see Zelda Funko Pops. Like, those would be a hit. Like, Nintendo is missing out on money. But Nintendo is very cautious with who and what they give their copyright to for people to use as merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly see a higher possibility of Funko Pop happening rather than a Lego set.
Mm.
If ever. It may happen, it may not, but I'm not going to hold my breath and go on the internet. I'm not going to keep signing petitions for something that's probably not going to happen and I can just move on from. World of Nintendo has... they're not Lego sets per se, but they're similar in the sense, like, you have the, Wind Waker sets that kind of connect together and whatnot.
Right.
So, it's similar.
Yeah.
And it's still Zelda, and it's Nintendo, so... Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know originally I said in the beginning of this, this was gonna be like a mix between the games and well, tech and all that stuff, but we've been talking for the past, I got what, 50 minutes here on the dot now, um, about Nintendo stuff. And I feel like I'm not gonna make a long hour and a half podcast. So I think I'm gonna leave it here, and we're gonna change this now, right now, at the end of this. I'm just gonna make this a Nintendo podcast. And I know we can talk about more, and more stuff's gonna come out. We might make more podcasts about Nintendo stuff.
Especially because E3 is coming up around the
Yes.
corner really, really fast.
Very true, very true. And because I know I'm more of a Nintendo fan, and I know I'd be helping keep Nintendo alive, but we're not gonna talk about that again. But yeah, all right. Again, if you guys got this far and listening to us ramble about this, thanks for listening this far. And I like the podcast. I think we'll do more of these for sure. Yeah. All right. I'm Midlink.
And I'm Muffins.
And yeah. Till next time. Bye.
Bye.